how did you take heart from a dead man and bring it to me alive? He thinks that they took like a piece of heart, and how's this possible? He didn't know it from a piece of consecrated host that sat in water for 3 years. Remember Catalina's message that she said, I want you to remember we have a live Christ in the Holy Eucharist, and please don't forget Jesus suffering for all of us. This is not a Eucharistic miracles presentation. As most of you know, the Vatican has over 100 documented cases. I want to share a couple other ones. This is Mexico, 2006. This is an actual picture. When they studied it, when they sent it to the labs, look what they found. They said it's heart muscle tissue from the myocardium. They said it's from a heart that suffered. Let's go to 2008 in Poland. Myocardial heart tissue from a heart that suffered. The sample analyzed was not from a dead person. The person was alive. And again in 2013, heart muscle that bore signs of distress. I hope you get the picture. It's a suffering heart. Let's go back to Argentina to get the message behind the miracles. They told him it's from a piece of wheat bread. And as you can see, this is an exact quote from him. He said, how or why a communion host could change its character and become living human flesh and blood. That's his quote. He said, science has no answer. Nor does the church. It's called a mystery. But why it happens, I think we can tap into that. Going way back in history. Jesus told this to Catalina Rivas. He said, I allow myself to bleed in many hosts before your eyes, so that you will be certain that miracles keep on occurring before your unbelief. You see, we have all these miracles in the church, but 95% of Catholics in the pews, like me, have no clue about them. And you've got people saying miracles aren't important. I beg your pardon. If they're from God, He didn't do it just because He's bored. They may not be a part of the original positive faith, but we live in a culture and a generation that says, I'll believe it when I... You're not unique. Everybody knows that. So let's talk about this. There's only one book that even talks about it. I'm preaching to the choir here. But let's go down that path real quick to get to the deeper meaning here. As you know, Jesus says, I'm the living bread which came down from heaven. If anyone eats of this bread, he'll live forever. And the bread which I shall give to the life of the world is my flesh. If you know your scriptures, which I never did, when he said this, they started murmuring amongst themselves. And of course, you know, they love the Old Testament. You shouldn't drink blood. You shouldn't be a cannibal. So they're like, what is this? He says, unless you eat the flesh of the Son of Man and drink his blood, you have no life in you. At that point, thousands of people left him.